She already introduced me. I just run through. I am an IT professional like many of us, and astrology and Vaastu is my passion. I learned, I practiced. I didn't want to waste this skill. That's the reason I am using my free time to provide services. Okay, and I do palmistry, astrology, Vaastu, numerology, handwriting analysis, and all. And I also hold a PhD degree in astrology. Some of the critical predictions in astrology what I made in the recently Chandrayaan landing 3, Super Bowls, 3 out of 4 correct predictions, FIFA World Cup, when will that vaccine come, the COVID, right? We are all like affected with COVID. People were worried. I predicted when we will get the vaccine. And on the same front, on this, what is that, Omicron virus, that is also, I accurately predicted the exact date when we will get that Omicron virus. And during that time, stock market was, I mean, you can see the Dow crashed completely. People were worried about. I accurately predicted when the stock market will recover. It was like May 15th, I believe. I said it will recover May 15, 2020. Then nobody believed when I made this prediction in March 2020, because that is the peak of COVID. But you all can check the graphs. So today's agenda, we are going to talk about what is Vaastu and impact of Vaastu and what are the remedies that we can do. So what is Vaastu? So Vaastu is basically means in Sanskrit house. Shastra is science, study of a house. Right? So what we are doing is we are trying to balance both positive and negative energies, right? Some houses you will have more positive and some houses will have more negative. We need to balance it out. Don't think, oh, positive, too positive is good. No, that also will become negative. A lot of people think, too good is, there is a saying, right? If you eat too much of sweet, it's not good. Over a period of time, then you will get diabetes. So traditionally, normally people we use like traditional method is 8 direction, that is north, northeast, north, northeast, east, all these 8 directions. But what I do is, so that 8 directions are further divided into 16 zones. So here you can see north, north, northeast, northeast, east, northeast, like that. So that 8 is divided into 2. That becomes 16 zones. Then further 16 zones is further divided into 2. That becomes 32 zones. That is where, like, I do see where is your entrance is falling. You might think your entrance is falling in northeast direction, but within northeast where it is coming, exact point. So 32, the total circle, right, you put it, it is 360 degrees. You divide 360 divided by 32, approximately you will get like 11, 12 degrees. For every 11, 12 degrees, that zone changes. So the impacts are different. The entrance door, your toilet, your kitchen burner, these are all the main 3 culprits. If we address these 3, most of the house Vaastu will be good. Say for example this house, right? So this is porch, and this is entrance. So the entrance is coming here, S6. So yeah, this is better. So that is what I was talking about. So a lot of people think northeast is the best, right? I don't disagree with them, but there are better things also. I'm just highlighting very, very high level, 30,000 feet level information. Okay. So here in northeast, if your entrance door comes here, E1, that means you are prone for fire accidents. There could be fire accidents. Okay. if it goes here, this is also northeast only in a traditional way. See, this is northeast, but here, girl child and wasteful expenses. You will be spending on unnecessary expenses, right? Let me come to southeast. When I come to southeast, if the entrance falls here exactly, then this is good for growth in job. If people are working employees, right, they will grow in their profession. This is good, right? Then everybody hates south entrance. In the south, if your entrance door is S4, you will have productive output and a male child. See the word productive output. Whatever profession we do, whether we do job or business or consultation, whatever it is, right? We want our output to be productive. Unless our output is productive, there is no use of whatever we are doing, right? Then, if the entrance falls here in southwest, this specific one, this is the only entrance problematic out of 32 zones. That is the worst entrance. Whatever remedy we do, it won't work. This is where we have to change the door. My remedies would be, I'll come to the remedies, okay? Out of all that, which is best? The best is W4. Why? Here, you will get happiness. At the end of it, a lot of people think you want more money, right? People go for north. I want more money. But there is no guarantee that you will get happiness. W4 is the one will give you happiness. Okay? So what are the problems like, say what is good Vaastu? It gives a positive thoughts, happy life, cash flow, bad ones, negative thoughts. Those are the culprits. Your mind will be blocked. Your thinking capability will be gone. Gone in the sense you will make incorrect decisions, right? Those are the key things. Lot of times, right? I mean, people have come here for all investment ideas, real estate, right? Lot of people buy properties. They think it's a good investment. It will turn out to be a bad investment in spite of being in a good posh areas like that, right? The causes is like this bad Vaastus. So let's take an example. Now again, I saw a lot of these ADUs people want to talk about. This is pretty recent Vaastu I did, okay. The house is half-acre lot in Las Altos. Market value like 8 million. This is the main house, okay. See the northeast back, lot of space. They constructed an ADU here. Lot of problems started coming in. That's why they called me. They've already paid wonderful ADU, 800 square feet, excellent. Okay. I told them, I mean, ideally they have to demolish it, but it's a brand new, it's not even 6 months. So I gave her another remedies how to overcome that. Whenever you are doing ADUs, you have to consider where that is coming. That will turn out to be a disastrous investment for you. Okay. This is a different lot.
So going back to your previous slide, right? Where does it come? Means is the location of that or the height of the ADU, or how does it matter?
The location. First is the location, where it is coming.
Okay.
So here it is coming in northeast. Northeast should be empty.
Should be empty. Okay.
That is a thumb rule.
Okay.
Northeast should be empty. Preferably, you can put some water bodies. If not water bodies, leave it empty.
Yeah.
And in some houses, I've seen big trees. I think in this house only, there was a big tree. I asked them, is it possible to cut off? They said, no, it's a prohibited tree, they cannot cut off. And luckily there was another property coming up. It didn't come for the sale. So it was still, behind the market, whatever is happening. So they thought, okay, can we buy that house and then sell it? So okay, fine, let me do that also. When I visited that neighbors, that property, still it was not helping them. Because there was another tree on that plot as well. So that northeast moved a little bit. One tree got eliminated, but you were getting another tree. What is the point in spending another millions and then being in the same problem? I told them, boss, don't buy. They paid for me to give the honest feedback and opinion. What should they do? I told them, don't buy.
Okay.
This is again another example.
I think there's a question.
Yeah, sorry.
In Vaastu world, do you consider ADU as like a separate house, or do you consider the extension for the first house?
It doesn't matter, we have to look at it. If it is, see, in this other previous slide, right, it is a separate unit. See, after the main house, there is a big swimming pool, there is a creek, and then you walk, this ADU comes. Okay, so whether it is separate unit means you have to look at the entire lot where it is coming. If it is like, say, for example, let's say you are doing it here, okay? If you're just constructing here. So that still you are extending this house. So I told you, right, this map entirely changes. Your entrance from here, it could go to somewhere else. So we have to again recast, replot the whole Vaastu for the home. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm adding a unit, I'm not going to live there, I'm going to rent it out. But as long as in your property, where you are living, it affects. If you are not living like you are going to say buy one property in India or Manteca or Lathrop or whatever it is fine. Okay. So this one, they bought a northeast house. Okay, again this happened like a few years ago. Same Los Altos area. They constructed a swimming pool on the backyard. Then the problem started. Yeah.
So when you say the house is in north, is it facing towards the north, or is it in the, when you stand it has to be facing towards to you as the north, or is it when you are inside it has to be outside of the?
See,
What do you say?
from inside, right, when you open the door, which direction do you see? That is what counts. You stand on the entrance door.
Facing or up?
No. You are standing in the entrance door, you are opening the entrance door from the house. What direction do you see? That is what the direction is of the house. Okay, but that will give only an approximate direction. So in order to find the full, where that exact zoning and all, I have to do that, this 360-degree mapping. See, for a horoscope, right, you give the birth details and then we plot all the planets and see how your horoscope is cast. This is same thing for the house.
This is the house.
Okay. So again, they constructed a swimming pool on the backyard, which is coming in south-southwest direction. That is a fire element zone. Water should not be there. Right? So when you buy a northeast direction plot, which is good, as long as you don't put up a swimming pool in the backyard. Yeah.
I have a house which has 4 side doors. What do you think for that?
I have to plot like this
Okay.
and then see where this each door comes. Okay. So what are the remedies? So my remedies will be 90% non-structural remedies. That means not making physical structural changes. I know in US, in Bay Area, how hard it is to do all these structural changes, right? So I do that. Mainly I focus on reducing this negative energy getting into the house. Which are all the places generating these negative energies, identify that and then treat them. And once you do that, you will see, like within 2 weeks, you will start seeing differences in your life. Then worst case scenario only I will recommend the structural changes, right? There has to be, say for example, so a lot of people overlook another one concept called Brahmastha. That is the center of the house, okay? So there it should be empty. But unfortunately, in US, you will find toilet, you will find staircase, you will find washing machine and all. Washing machine is fine. Staircase and toilet is the culprit. Okay. So those are the things like structural changes needed. I mean, this is like a live demo. It's a YouTube link, it's there. So that way where I show, like after I put that remedy, fix that, before and after. I don't know if we have time, but it's a 3-minute video. But you can share this link to the mailing list. Yeah, whatever. So other than that, I also teach astrology. Whoever has passion to learn about astrology, please you can learn, and then you can analyze your own horoscope. You don't have to go to another astrologer. So I teach everything, right from fundamentals to the advanced level. This is my contact information. Thank you very much. Any questions?
KVN Garu, thank you so much. I think, see, I didn't realize the Vaastus until I get into a real estate. Okay, I never bothered about which facing of the house is my house. Okay, but every time I meet my clients, right, like their requirements are, I need a north facing, I need a south facing. Some of them, as you said, the bathrooms facing, so even the commode facing also. Right? That has become a necessity as of now, right? Like, but in the US, we already know it is not possible. Right. To get a 100% fit matching all your Vaastu requirements is never possible in US. It's never possible. A lot of first-time home buyers, that is where they get confused, right? Because we are always, being in a first time coming from India, right? We are always like getting influence more from the India there, right? But
Right.
they can't know how we are building the house here, right?
Yeah, even in India, Nagaraj, right? You can never get 100% Vastu compliant house.
But India, you are building
So,
the house.
no, I will let me tell you, give a small example. Say a toilet has to be in this SSW zone, okay? So now we want 2 bathrooms or 3 bathrooms. How can all the 3 bathrooms be in that same place? Then it becomes like an apartment or 3 floors, right? If you're looking at a ranch house, right? All bathrooms cannot be in the same place. It will be scattered. So only 1 bathroom will meet. Even if you plan, other 2 toilets are going to be in some problematic area that we have to see, less problematic, and then we can treat it. That's all, right? The same thing like that madam was asking, she has 4 doors. I mean, that's how the house is, right? There we have to see where those 4 doors are coming and then try to mitigate it.
I think it's
Maximum we can get is 80%. Okay.
instead of getting panicked, right, like I think you need to find out a solution, talk to the experts. That's where the realtors play a role here, so that they can give you a guidance for you based on their earlier experiences, so that you can make a right decision on that. Earlier I discussed with you, maybe last year also I told you, being me an expert on that, how I made a mistake myself when I'm doing a second house. First house I didn't make a mistake of that, right? I had already finalized one house and I already paid for 1.95, put an offer, they accepted everything. But one of the priests came, I never bring in a priest before putting in an EMD, but he was a known priest of my family and he just walked in and said, Nagaraj, this house is not perfect fit for you, there's a Vaastu is not correct. But it's an old house, 100-year-old house. Okay? But because of his influence, I backed out. I looked at in a Santa Clara everywhere, and I'm not able to find anything for a 3,500 square footage home. When I go back to him, he says I can't sell it for 1.95 million. So I paid for 2.1, like 2.12. That's almost like 170K more than the whatever earlier I offered. I remodeled completely. House was like completely okay for me. So that's why whenever you buy a house, you need to have a vision. Everything will not fall into your requirements.
Yeah, correct.
And no need to panic. Nothing will happen overnight for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Same. I'll just give my own example, right? The house which I bought less than the list price in Bay Area market. Okay. And when you look at it, it looks like a southwest entrance. Maybe a lot of Indian people are not even going there. Okay, but when I do that whole, right, so basically there is a saying, right, devil in the detail. The devil can be a good devil or a bad devil. So you need to see, again you have to match it up, right? Even if it is like a 60% or above, I think you can go. See, that is the other thing. When you come for a consultation, then I give a Vaastu score report. Out of 100%, how much percent this house is getting? Right? Then I recommend. Because I put myself in your shoes, because I have come to the same way, right? So I say I will recommend, okay, boss, you can go ahead and buy. Otherwise don't buy. So last week another one person, he want to desperately buy a house, right? He was about to give an offer. Then he contacted me. And I said, that house had a Brahmastan problem. I told him, boss, don't buy. Because it's a town home, we can't change. If it is a single family home, we can make changes.
I think we should be careful here as a realtor.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a town home, right? It's if it's a single family home, yes, I could have said, okay, yeah, you go ahead and then we can make the changes and all. Town home, we cannot touch anything. He was very upset, but I mean, this is what my job is, I have to tell him.
Thank you, KVN.
Thank you.
Appreciate your a round of applause, please. Appreciate your insight.